Once again, it's Jacobs. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
On play action, it's Carr. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They fake the handoff, now Murray. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
Murray now on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Rolling to his right. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Raiders had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Carr now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. We're scoreless after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Here's Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football.
And how about this, a fake? And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, but I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without.
Touchdown, Cardinals! James Conner, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cards post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's something.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it.
And the Cardinals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That thing blown up by the defensive effort of Chandler Jones.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Murray finds his running back, James Conner. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 23 yards the pickup there.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
On play action, it's Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jayon Brown.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Greg Dortch back deep.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And that one a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Seahawks. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. First down, Murray. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Murray going to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
And until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now this time, Carl throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Murray now. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Here's Murray. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the return following a punt of 41. There, the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. On play action, now Carr. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Play action. Now it's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw is Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Murray off play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake. Murray. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Carr now on 1st down. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
On the Jets sweep, here comes Fuller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and goal from the 1. Carr keeps it on the sneak. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now a third and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They'll come out in the pistol.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. Taking it in.
And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. I mean, that receiver's at a full head of steam. If you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here, and maybe starting to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. That escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Now a hit and a loose football. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray again, this is counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Carr going to throw.
And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
93. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. J.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this defense not giving them anything there, maybe a yard up to the 36. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You got to have the football back for your offense.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Prater for the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Raiders 7. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now Carr, got to have this one. That's going to be caught. It's Austin. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage Looks to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in a huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon, because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Cardinals, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.